give a quick example of a class that you have taught using this environment, just to kind of give the teacher perspective of what you would do when you go in to set things up.
Well, so when I was teaching, my first class that I taught for Victory XR was how to write a 5-paragraph essay. And people are like, you can't teach writing in virtual reality. You can teach the basics. You can teach the fundamentals. And how I taught my own children how to write in virtual reality was by teaching them the big method. So it sounds kind of crazy, but because I'm a very visual person myself, and I'm really big into theater. And I love acting things out. So, and my kids were, a lot of my children are the exact same way in that regards. And so what I did was I went to, I held my class in 3 different environments. I held it on Mount Fuji. I held it on Dinosaur Island, and I held it at the bottom of the ocean floor. So my first class was going into the ocean, and I brought in a whole bunch of different animals, and I asked students to put a sticky note at each of the animals that they were interacting with and write one word about that animal. One word. And then somebody else go behind. And if the sticky note's already there, I want you to add to it. Add either another word, an adjective, an adverb, another description, another verb. What does that animal do? Or if you're comfortable and you want to, go ahead and add a whole sentence. And just let's work on grammar. Let's work on vocabulary. That's the basics. That's the basics, right? Your language is the written word put on paper. And that's what writing is. So let's get comfortable with the concept first.
Right.
Be comfortable with what you're doing. And then we'll go into it deeper. So then I brought in a baseball field. I made a baseball field. I used pieces of square grass that we have, and I put it all together, and I put the paths in. I brought in the bases, and I've set everything up. And then I took what's called a snapshot. And then I can take that snapshot into any other environment. So that's why I was able to take my snapshot of my baseball field onto Mount Fuji, and into and into the Dinosaur Island, either on the plane there or in the bottom of the water there. So you can take it anywhere. Once you have a snapshot, you can use it in any environment. And so I created that snapshot, and so then I have my baseball field, and then I brought in whiteboards, and I had whiteboards at every single base. And then I also brought in my Post-it notes, and I said, okay, I have a starting paragraph. Here's my starter. This is my, and I said, okay, we're teaching at the bottom of the ocean floor. I can't say that this is a hook, right? It has to be a pitch, because hooks don't do well with fish. So this is a pitch. So we're pitching the baseball, and we're pitching from home plate, and you're pitching from the pitcher's mound. And you go to home plate. So that is that's your pitch, right? What's your idea? What's your big idea here? Then go to first base. What's your supporting detail? What's your first supporting detail? Then go to second base. What's your second supporting detail? Write it on the whiteboard. Write it on a Post-it note.
Right.
Bring it in. Do whatever. And then go to third base, and then go back to home base, and that's your summary. So now you have your 5-paragraph essay.
Right.
And you can do it in any environment. And because you do it with snapshots, or you do it, and the kids are doing it interactively too. So,
and that just adds to when you got that relational component to that versus them being solitary and feeling like I'm all alone. I've got to do this task. There's something about being with other people.
I hate writing.
That that really helps with that. Yeah.